Hello everyone, welcome back to Into Sports. I'm Evan K, and there's a rumor out, and it's pretty crazy. Dak Prescott was offered 5 years, $175 million, and I assume he turned it down. That's what it sounds like. That's $35 million a year. That's the same as Russell Wilson. And you know what that reminds me of? Let's say you're looking to buy a house, and you tour a house, and it's $700,000. And the house is nice, but it doesn't have a pool, the kitchen is a little small, and it feels a little bit expensive. But you like it. I like Dak. But then you look across the street, and you see a house. Sold $700,000. And the yard is twice the size. There's a nice pool in the backyard, and there's a sport court. And now all of a sudden, I feel like I'm getting ripped off with the first house, because the second house for the same price is much better. And that's what this Dak contract is like. Because I like Dak, but $35 million at face value already seems like a little bit too much. And then I look across the conference at Seattle, at Russell Wilson, and I see he's making $35 million, the same amount as Dak would be making. I feel like they get a much better quarterback for the same price. And I'm saying 35, that's too much. That's Russell Wilson money. We got Dak, who I like, but he's not Russell Wilson. Because last 3 years, Russell Wilson, 30 and 18. Dak, 27 and 21. Now you may say, well, that's pretty close. That's just a 3-game difference. But the thing is, Russell Wilson is doing that with significantly worse wide receivers, significantly worse running backs, much worse offensive lines, and poor defenses. Seattle hasn't had great defense since Legion of Boom. And right now, Dallas is able to do that because Dak is making $700,000 last 4 years. So they're able to surround him with high-quality pieces. Now, Russell Wilson is making $22 million, and next year he's going to be making $35. So it's going to be harder for Seattle to surround Russell Wilson with high-quality weapons, a good defense, good offensive lines. Russell Wilson's running for his life right now in Seattle with that bad offensive line. So let's think about Dak Prescott's main weapon, his number one receiver, Amari Cooper. Last year, his 2 worst games were at New England and at Philadelphia, where he couldn't separate the whole game. 24 total yards in those 2 games. Dak, 0 touchdowns those games. Dak is really good when everything is clicking. The receivers are getting open, Zeke is eating, the defense is getting stops. But if he makes $35 million, then he loses a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. He loses a quality number 2 receiver and a star corner. That's what $35 million gets you in the NFL. Russell Wilson elevates his weapons. Dak's weapons elevate him. Okay, we see Russell Wilson's better, but we also see that the next guy up is getting a little bit more money than the last guy when it comes to these quarterback contracts. First of all, out of the 8 highest paid quarterbacks, only 3 of them made the playoffs last year. And those should be the elite guys, the top 8 paid quarterbacks. Only 3 made the playoffs. That's not a very good rate. And the other reason this next guy up approach has kind of happened last few years is that the salary cap is going up. So it makes sense that the players' salaries go up with the cap. But Adam Schefter is speculating the cap could go down $30 to $80 million next year because of the coronavirus. So especially if the cap is going to go down a significant amount, I'd rather have Andy Dalton for $7 million, who's already in the building, versus Dak for $35 million. And the Vikings, they just gave Kirk Cousins $30+ million over the offseason, and I think they're going to regret that. I like Dak. He's a great leader. Mobile, throws a good football. I think he's a fringe top 10 guy. But if Jerry Jones wants another ring, I don't think paying Dak $35 million a year is going to get that done. There's going to be 3 to 4 really good NFL quarterback prospects in the draft next year, as there has been the last few years. So you have that as an option. You have Andy Dalton for a much cheaper as an option. And if it's my franchise, I think $26 to $27 million a year for Dak sounds reasonable. Thank you for listening to the Into Sports podcast. Click here to subscribe, and here for a video I know you'll like.